Ho, 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 ho! Merry Christmas! Welcome to this year's selection of Christmas movies. We have 30 Christmas movies this year and they're gonna be great. Hopefully. So sit down, relax, grab your eggnog, and let's watch some movies together. We have some good movies, we have maybe some bad movies. Maybe some going on the good list and some go on the naughty list. Because not every movie is gonna be a wholesome movie. But if you want to see these movies, subscribe to the channel, come join the Discord. And spread your Christmas love to your neighbors, friends, and family. And share some Christmas love also in the channel. And leave some likes. And recommend some good Christmas movies that we can watch next year. So, if you want to see these Christmas movies, subscribe to the channel, leave likes, and I'll see you guys for this Christmas movie. Enjoy, relax, and I'll see you guys. If you're being naughty or nice. Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Underdog Lord, the Sonic Views, and I watched one of the 3 sequels to yesterday's movie, A Christmas Story. A Christmas Story, Christmas, from 2022. Yes, I explained it yesterday. Apparently, A Christmas Story from 1983 has 3 standalone sequels to A Christmas Story. It's My Summer Story is the 1994 sequel to A Christmas Story. We have this one, A Christmas Story Christmas from 2022. That's a sequel to A Christmas Story, and I think it was from 2012 or something like that. Or that's the musical, which is not the sequel. But A Christmas Story 2 is also a standalone sequel to A Christmas Story. So, those 3 movies, A Christmas Story Live, My Summer Story, and A Christmas Story 2 are coming next year in December. So if you want to see those movies, subscribe to the channel, come join Discord. But before, if you loved, if you watched A Christmas Story, if you loved that movie, I really recommend you to watch this one, because I haven't seen the other 2 obviously, but for now this is the perfect sequel to A Christmas Story, in my opinion, because they use a lot of the same actors, same shots of the movies, and it was just, I really liked it. So let's start with A Christmas Story Christmas from 2022. The camera is on one of those newspaper dispensaries, that you put your coin in and then you do it up, you grab your newspaper and close it again. From Chicago something, I can't remember the second word of the newspaper name. It was Chicago something. But the camera's on that and it goes, to the right. First we see a cab come, come from around the corner, but that is basically irrelevant. The camera goes up and stops at one window, where the lights are on. When we were on the Chicago something, on the dispensary, we heard a narrator, talking just like within the first one. And when we were on that window, we heard a faint
not properly like that, but we heard typing from a typewriter, apparently we go inside the house and we see some different shots from inside. It's the house of little Ralphie. Well, it's now grown-up Ralph because it's 33 years later. It's 1973 and yesterday's movie, Christmas Story, it was 1940. So we are 33 years later. And obviously in real life we are I think 39 years. No? Shit. Hang on. I'm usually good at math, but for some reason my math doesn't want to math. Yeah, I think I'm right. 39 years. Yes, I was right. For some reason, I start to think of 1973 instead of 1983. Anyway, that's not relevant to the movie, but we're 39 years further in real life, but 33 years later in the movie. So we get some different shots of Ralph's home. We see also a picture of Ralph, his wife, and his two kids. So then we see his wife Sandy come out of bed. She walks to somewhere, across the bed. She puts on a rope, goes inside the bathroom. There we see two kids. His two kids talk to each other, a boy and a girl. The girl's asking some questions and the boy is answering. But I can't remember what they're related to. The questions, I mean. Sorry. So they walk out of the room because I think they share a room. Go out of the room and they go to the kitchen. Basically, it's an open kitchen, just like what I have, and they sit at the table and start to continue with the putting popcorn on a thread. I never did it. I don't know why people do it. It just, all I know, it's how I see it. It's something American, because I usually sit in American cartoons and movies. So, in my eyes, it's something that Americans do. Why they do it, I don't know. Because, I don't know. I ain't American, I'm Dutch. But we're gonna leave that, because if you want to know what's gonna happen next in the movie, you have to watch the movie yourself. Apparently, Ralph is a writer. Well, is a writer. He wants to be a writer. No, he's trying to be a writer, he's written a book. No, he's written a manuscript. He has wrote a manuscript. Whatever, however you say it, he made a manuscript of 2,000 pages. But here's the kicker. He is working on a sequel. Okay, yeah, I'm supporting him, obviously, because first of all, it's the main character, and, be a writer. I can't do it, but, good for you. But 2,000 pages. I don't think there's, well, probably there's some people that would read it, but one book, 2,000 pages, would you read it? Look, if it's split up into parts, like you have book 1, like with Avatar, book 1, chapter, bam, 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 those are the first chapters. That's for the first book. And you have the sequel books, book 2, and you put it into, you release it, you first release the first book and see if it's a success, and if you want to read what's gonna happen next, you have book 2 for that, Maybe something like that would have been good, or maybe on the radio, that you can broadcast it on the radio, that every day there would, that would probably take for hours, for years maybe, but every day you get a piece of the book, just like what he did with Little Orphan Annie or whatever, in 1940s. But I also know, it's 1973, TVs are there, but I also know from F is for Family, basically around the same around the same year, I think both mid-70s. So TV is there, so I don't know how much people still listen to the radio in 1970, but I think a lot, because TVs are definitely expensive, especially color TVs, because they're brand new, basically, just invented. But so maybe on the radio, but I don't know. And what the fuck is the Midwest Souffle? I looked it up. They showed it also in the movie. He put a raw egg, he cracked an egg in the radiator. For if your coolant leaks, I'm not a car guy. I've never driven a car. I never driven a car. I've never had my car license. I never took lessons to learn to drive a car. The only thing that that I'm related to cars is that I like those cars, that they showed us this time. I like those 1970 cars, especially those American 1970 cars, Woo! It's beautiful, those square cars. I just fucking love them. They're way more beautiful than those aerodynamic cars that we have right now. Yes, it's more aerodynamic that we have right now, but aesthetics, those cars from back then, those were the cars. And I've been a passenger in a car. That's it. I don't know shit about cars. Yes, I know a bit about the free pedals, but I never driven a car, so I don't know shit about it. That said, I really like this movie. I liked it more than the original A Christmas Story from 1983. But that's maybe because, the main character was a child. And the things that he was fancying about and all is more child-ish, because he is a child. So it was maybe less relatable to me than this. He's a grown-up man. I'm 26 years old. In 4 months, I'm 27. Holy fucking shit. So, it's a bit more relatable because he's a grown-up, but still, the things that happen in the movie, and his driven off, into fantasy is the same, Very funny. But yeah, I definitely like this movie more. At first I thought it's definitely a good movie. But is it a very good movie? I thought first also a bit it's definitely a pretty good movie. So a 4.25, but You know, when the end came, it was clear. This is a high 4, low 5. It's just a very good movie. It's a very good sequel to A Christmas Story. So if you have seen A Christmas Story, go watch this movie. Because in my opinion, this is the perfect sequel for that one. Like I also said, I haven't seen the other two, so maybe the other two are way better. But this movie is using members of its original cast. So for now, this one is definitely winning. Yeah, go watch this movie. Go watch A Christmas Carol first if you haven't seen that movie, because it makes way more sense if you watch that one first. Tomorrow we're gonna get the movie You Better Watch Out. So yeah, but don't forget to leave a like, recommend a good Christmas movie down below in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel and come join the Discord, because from next year on I'll try to stream more movies. And see you guys next time. I want to say also something else, but I forgot. That's it.